And we're there. Here we are. Hello, internet world. Welcome to Silent Podcast RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under podcast. I actually don't know how to make this thing happen, so we did it.
It was cute. It was real cute.
That was coordinated. We planned that, right? Right, everybody? We planned that.
Absolutely.
I'm Robin from Human Resources.
Hi, I'm Elise Navy Dad.
And I'm Kels.
Oh, yes. And here we are for RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under, episode 2, the Snatch Game.
Absolutely.
Shocked. I'm kind of shocked that it was episode 2.
I loved it.
Oh, I thought it was brilliant to do it. It was such a here you go.
Surprise.
Yeah, I'd say give as many people the shot to do it, honestly. I would like a 12-person Snatch Game. Why the hell not?
Imagine a 12-person Snatch Game, though. That would be chaos.
That would be it'd be great.
Kelsey, you weren't here last week, so I'd love to give us your summary on the thoughts of episode 1. Sum it up in one word. 2 words, maybe. I don't know.
Marsupial.
I love that.
But it was I like Down Under. I know the workroom's smaller, it's quaint, it's well lit. I'm really enjoying it. I made myself a little top 4. Did y'all make yourselves a top 4 or top 3 or something?
Oh my gosh, a draft. I didn't even think about that. I mean,
yeah. It was a gentle draft, but
a gentle.
As we soon will learn, that draft has been destroyed.
Yep.
But I definitely am interested in talking a little bit about what happened. The first episode, really well done, bright, all the things that I wanted. The person who went home, that was a little bit of a bummer.
Yeah.
I just thought, but I understand why. When you walk down the runway and I can see any black belt around your waist and we are not in a taekwondo arena, honey, you're going home.
Yeah.
I felt bad. Yeah. But otherwise, I mean, great opener. Yeah.
A strong opening, definitely.
Hope you can top it.
So the episode starts, Karen from Finance won last episode.
Debatable.
And there's drama, right? There was drama. Someone made a shady comment about Art Simone being upset about Karen winning. Mm-hmm. Was that Karen who said that?
Yeah, because she was saying how she was shutting her up, or you know. And I was kind of like, well, you guys aren't really in the same league. Art Simone's head and shoulders above you.
Mm-hmm.
Literally.
Yeah. So I think that actually that could have been a double win. First episode double win.
Yeah.
Sync for your legacy. That could have been one of those moments. Then I ain't have to send my girl home.
Yeah, they really should have taken the layout for season 13 and applied it to this.
Seriously.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Karen and Karen did look great. I love her costumes, looked very elevated. It looks like she put some money into it. But what I'm learning is even if you put the money in, that doesn't necessarily guarantee you a place at the very end, Utica.
Yeah. Very true. Very true. There was no mini challenge this episode?
I don't think so. Yeah, I think it went straight into Snatch Game.
Yeah, it went straight. Okay, so the Snatch Game.
It was,
Elise, go ahead.
I would say it was something. It was something. It happened. I actually I think I thought there was a couple people that were funnier than I guess the judges thought, but
I agree.
Yeah.
I definitely thought some people that were funnier than the judges thought.
Oh yeah. No, did anyone else really want there to be 2 Bindi Irwins? Because I really did.
I was ready for it.
I've been wanting someone to do the same character for 2 queens to do the same thing for so long.
They always just back out of it.
Yeah. I don't know. Who was the other one? I forgot. That was going to do Bindi.
Scarlett, who ended up being Jennifer Coolidge.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I think Scarlett made out in that deal because I think Jennifer Coolidge is a better character, to be honest. I think Scarlett came out with the better choice.
Yeah. Yeah. So start at the top corner. So it was Dolly Parton.
That was bad. That was bad. I'm gonna just Karen from Finance's Dolly Parton should have been the moment like Alyssa Edwards had to tweet Katy Perry an apology for her season 5 Snatch Game. That should have been when they were like, Karen, you need to tweet Dolly Parton and apologize.
Did she
Karen
tell any
needs to-
jokes?
She didn't really have any jokes. Yeah, like it was, and she didn't have the laugh or anything. She like,
The
yeah, you're right.
voice.
She should have tweeted to Dolly. She should have said, "Dolly, pardon me for doing such a terrible job at this Snatch Game."
It was just, the voice was terrible. It was so bad.
Yeah, the accent wasn't even there. I mean, if you're gonna do like an American, like at least get like the accent right or make it funny.
Yeah, it just
Like-
wasn't. It wasn't good.
Where were the jokes?
There were none.
real
Where are the
question.
jokes?
And
Yeah.
the hair wasn't the right color either. And I know that's so minor, but sometimes they nail the hair. Sometimes I'm like, how did you take her hair off her head? The hair was the wrong color and the wrong shape. So it just was all wrong.
She didn't change her face shape. Like there was no contouring to look more
No.
like Dolly. There was just like, it just lacked overall for me. I just wasn't a big fan.
No. It
No.
was very, very subpar. And I think she could have very well ended up she was in the bottom and she could have been even lower in the bottom, you know.
Yeah. And also if you watch, I think they only showed her saying like 2 things.
Yeah, they saved her in that edit.
Yeah. They like the edit really changed how that could have gone because it does not like it was a flop in the edit, but she only said 2 things.
I want a little bit of inside information. How long is Snatch Game usually? Is it a half hour long? Is it 20 minutes? Is it how long?
That's very true.
I
How
think
long do
it's
they
like an
snap for?
hour. Like it's longer than you think. I know.
Well, they probably actually do give them each like they probably ask the question and they each get like
Yeah, they each
a
get an
response.
answer.
Yeah.
An hour.
And they have like
Imagine.
made like vamping in between and stuff. Like the time when Willem just left and like she's like, this is taking too long. I left, so I left my cardboard cutout for like 30 minutes.
Yep.
If Snatch Game is that long and that's what they got from that hour, I get it.
Yep.
I get it.
Well, there
Okay.
were rumors online that said this was going to be the worst Snatch Game ever. Like people before the episode was like, Down Under Snatch Game is going to be bad. And when Karen Finance started talking, I was like, this might be correct.
Yeah.
I never believed the hype, and then this was rough.
It was rough. And they all came back after. Well, we can talk about that later, actually, because they all come back and they're like, this is good. And I'm like,
we did so great.
okay, so next to Karen was Art as Bindi Irwin.
Yes.
Mm.
Is that what Bindi Irwin sounds like?
No.
No.
I used to watch Bindi Irwin's show on Discovery Kids, the Bindi the Jungle Girl show. And that's how I imagine Bindi Irwin is like a child. And that's how I would have done it. Would have been like, she's a child. Like play her as a child.
Yes.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good.
Yeah, it just wasn't funny at all. Like there weren't any jokes.
She took too long. All the answers were too fucking long.
She was like, and then he went down the street and he saw a cat. He petted the cat. And then he checked the cat's collar to see who the owner was. And he called the phone number on the collar. I was like, come on, get to the joke.
Get to the
and then it
punchline.
turns out to be like about sex or something, like randomly. Then she's like, in and out, in and out, in and out. I'm like, wait, hello? What are we talking
And then
about?
at one point she said like, oh, I'm doing my like older real. I'm like, no, you actually just don't know who the fuck Bindi Irwin is.
There it is. There it is. There's the sweet tea right there
Yeah.
from your bottle.
No. Who was next to Art?
The queen.
Oh no, Lizzo.
Oh, not
I
me
think it was
forgetting. Okay, so
Lizzo,
Coco
yeah.
Jumbo.
No, it was Liz. It was the queen. Skip it.
Coco Jumbo was my favorite queen to ever be on Drag Race. Not a celebrity impersonator.
She sure is not.
No. Beautiful.
Also,
Beautiful, wonderful, fun. Yes, Brita Filter if she was likable, but not a celebrity impersonator.
Yeah, she even held the flute wrong, and that's what really made me laugh. She just didn't. I don't know how she held it, but I watched. I'm like, you must know that's not correct. Like
Yeah.
you have to know.
You blow in the middle.
Like, play like a
Well, there was
harmonica or
just like
something.
a visible discomfort. Like she was just visibly uncomfortable, and it's like, oh, I feel so bad for you, babes. Like,
it was not good, and I know she once again we need to make a list of who should be giving apologies. She's on the list.
She's sent out.
Coco Jumbo is on the list. Write Lizzo an apology.
Write Lizzo an apology.
If you're watching this, Coco Jumbo, write Lizzo an apology.
Absolutely. And Lizzo, she would probably appreciate that.
Oh, she'll accept it. She'll probably send you a gift. Like,
she did her wrong.
No.
Okay.
Then there was the queen.
Oh yes, the queen. This was really, really good. I thought, like, really solid.
The mannerisms of the body, like the shaking of the body, just like everything felt so thought out without thinking. You knew she was gonna win.
Yes.
I thought it was coming to be between her and etc. I didn't know which one was going to take it, but
that's
yeah.
It was
great.
So good.
Well done. And I mean, the jokes were punchy and inappropriate. In the best way possible.
I did see they edited the episode in England. They took out, I think it might have only been one joke, but they took something out. They had to
my gosh.
There was only two, so
I think it might have been the Prince Philip one or something like that.
Oh, the one probably about the texting joke or something. Like
when a boy turned, not when a boy, geez, I changed the joke a little bit.
I can't.
Oh God! Now this episode's going to be edited in England too.
Yeah, they're going to cancel us.
We're
done.
When somebody turns 100, I write them a letter. When someone turns 16, Prince Philip sends them a text.
It was so funny.
Really good. The wear a seatbelt and don't piss me off or piss like some.
That might be
dead.
Deleted. That might be.
Yeah, that might have been it. But I was dead because
it was so funny. It was. So...
I mean, we talk about Australian humor pushes the boundaries. Like that was like it's like such an obvious joke, but it was so like over there it's probably so taboo because they're still the queen's still like their queen in Australia, right? Yeah. Interesting.
And the accent was good too. I liked everything about it. That's I like that queen. I like
Anita Wiglet.
Anita, yeah.
I hated her episode 1.
Yeah, I did too.
Episode 2, I like her a lot. Episode 1, I was like, a boot, get out, leave.
Yeah, literally.
My friends said they feel like Anita Wiglet is in the running, and once she wins Snatch Game, usually that's the case. But they said that before she even had, like, when she was still like doing scared and happy as the same emotion, the first episode.
Well, it's interesting because Anita and Kita host New Zealand's like drag race, right? Like New Zealand has a drag show. I think it's called like House of Drags. I'm pretty sure. Anita and Kita host it together.
Okay.
So that's what I find interesting. Is this is just like the level up from. I feel like it would be an obvious choice, like conspiracy theory, Kels. It would be like a given to be like, oh yeah, we'll branch these franchises by having one of these people win.
And they gave her the edit. They let her tell the story about her dad.
They're building us to. They built us to like her more this episode. I think the first episode they downplayed her a little bit, but this episode you got to really know who Anita was.
Yeah, I know we were talking last week, Kels. What episode do you think we're gonna get the Kita Anita lip sync?
Oh,
what episode? How far in the season?
It's far in. It might be. It has to happen.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking it's the episode that determines who's gonna be 5th and who's gonna be 4th.
All right. I see that absolutely.
Yeah, that like top 5 fan favorite elimination moment. Yeah, I see that.
Oh, I can't wait.
I can see that, and I can see it being. I don't know. Keita, she came into the workroom. That hair was so beautiful. She looked like my freaking Polly Pocket.
I loved it.
I was like, yes. So
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see.
I'm excited for it whenever it happens.
What did you pick?
I don't know. Yeah, I think it's gonna be like later in the season. It's either gonna be like next episode or later in the season. Like, it has to be,
it's
like,
either gonna happen
really
very
early
soon or
or,
happen
like,
very late.
Okay. Okay.
But I think Anita's gonna come out on top because it seemed like episode 1 they were like, Keita thinks she's better than Anita, and then Anita's like showing up and showing out, and so I think it might come down to Anita beating her.
Track record, yeah.
Like whatever song it is, it depends on the song. And then she was like,
It's like That's My Girl, like it's like some like girl power like friendship song.
We were saying last time they're gonna use the Kylie Minogue lip sync on.
Oh yes.
On Anita and Keita.
They're gonna get the big song.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get the song. I feel like because they're building this like friendship, and like they're building this narrative where they're gonna give us that like, this is Australia, this is drag down under.
Yeah.
Danny Minogue's gonna sing it. Danny Minogue
live from the tiny main stage. It's Danny Minogue.
Oh my god, that'd be everything.
Who was on the end? Who was
Jennifer?
Jennifer Coolidge.
I liked it.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a pretty good impression. I don't think she wasn't big enough. Like she needed like either bigger tits or just more like round out the face. But the impression was good. She didn't make up any new jokes, but like I love Jennifer Coolidge, so I laughed.
I agree.
I do wish there was more Cinderella story jokes about like Trout or something in there, but we got the Legally Blonde jokes, so that's what mattered.
Yeah. Yes. I think that might be a thing down there because Dolly Parton, the same thing. She didn't make herself big enough. Like she could have had the biggest breasts that anyone's ever seen, and nobody would have flinched. They would like that makes sense as Dolly Parton.
Yeah, absolutely, giant titties. Yes.
So maybe they're not into that.
Yeah, I thought you were about to say maybe they're just not into humor. Maybe they're just not.
That's the thing. I feel like this episode we learned that maybe the humor doesn't land.
You don't do jokes down there.
Yeah, I wanna ask like an Australian. Do we know any Australians we can pull on here real quick?
Yeah, do we anyone Australian guests? New Zealand guest, it is down under, so we will accept either.
Yay.
We'll work on that for next time.
Yeah, I just want to know like if
that's a good idea.
Yeah, I just wonder like is the humor not translating or is it just not funny? Because
is it just not good?
That's what I thought about Canada's Drag Race. I'm like, is this just not like, is it just not funny or do I just not think it's funny?
You didn't get it because that was funny.
Okay.
Ooh, she said what she said.
I didn't even say what part I was talking about.
I love Priyanka.
I love
Priyanka too. It's a lot of the other ones that are problem with.
I do think Jennifer Coolidge should have been safe.
Yes.
I would not have left the Jennifer Coolidge in that lineup over the Dr. Seuss, who we haven't talked about. But yes. I would flip them, to be honest.
Yeah.
Let's keep
keep going. So do we want to jump down? We can jump down and then we're at Dr. Seuss. So Keita Mina's Dr. Seuss. I didn't like it.
It was sad.
It was bad.
We rhymed.
It wasn't good. Like, and also, I know this is like a tiny little detail thing. Why are you wearing nails as Dr. Seuss? Why do you have like a stiletto tip nail on as Dr.
Have you met Dr. Seuss? Maybe that was his thing.
Maybe. There's no pictures of his hands because it was always just stiletto nails.
Yeah, he's like, that was his big secret. You could never see him.
I
guess I didn't hate it as much as y'all do.
What?
I didn't think it was good, but like she got at least one big laugh, and that's can save.
The only joke she had was the vulva joke. The rest of it, I was like, no.
Sometimes all you need is one.
Oh my gosh. It was just the delivery was weird too.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm going to make a joke right now. How now? Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I guess she didn't like narrate it well enough for me to be like, oh, it's a poem. rhyming.
There was no,
honestly,
well, she would
what we're
start
doing.
talking and not know where she was going to end up until she like, until she was like, oh, I made a rhyme. And you could hear it in the voice. Too. All of a sudden it was like, and we rhymed. I'm done.
She was very proud of herself when she
Now.
got there. She was like, yay. Okay.
She's like, and I did it. And what? I rhymed.
Yeah, no, I would have swapped. I would have put Jennifer Coolidge as safe and kept Dr. Seuss on the stage to be like, what?
Oh, absolutely.
What? Yeah, no.
But then you would have to have addressed her runway, which wasn't bad, but it was not as good as Scarlett's. So I think they just wanted to give Scarlett compliments on her look.
It's very true.
I don't know.
Okay, that's fair.
Or bound.
It's fair.
But yeah, no, I wouldn't have made it safe. Next to Dr. Seuss was et cetera, et cetera.
Yes.
Right? How? Okay, who knew about Lindy Chamberlain before?
I knew of just the phrase "a dingo ate my baby," and I knew it was like a true story, but I didn't know.
I didn't know anything else about it. I know that people are mad.
Very mad.
I read that on the internet.
Really
that people, because so what I read was that it's technically like in Australia they consider it like apparently like a national tragedy and like a failure of their justice system because they like sent this woman to jail, accusing her of murdering her kid when her baby was actually taken by a dingo out of the tent. And so people are upset because they're like, oh well, that was like such a cheap joke, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, I get that. But it's like it's dark humor. RuPaul acknowledged it. We're all going to hell.
Yeah.
I thought it was so funny.
I laughed so hard.
Stop.
It was hilarious.
When that little puppet came out, I was like,
I also think I'm quickly becoming an etc. like a big etc. fan.
yes.
And I thought the energy was just there. Like she said in the confessional, she goes, I think I'm funny and that's all that matters. And you could tell the only person the only person who was like seemed like they were having fun was etc. in my opinion.
She's having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
On the floor. Yeah. Everything. Yeah.
It was really
Was it a cheap joke? Was it a sensitive topic? Sure.
But we didn't know that. So
we didn't know that.
She definitely won the hearts of America with her humor.
I will say it did cause me to go out and look up this woman and read about her story and like figure out who she was and like what the context of that tragedy is. So I do think it like brought a lot of education to the American audience as far as who this person was.
Yes.
She was
and the evil bitch inside of me thought it was funny as shit. Like could not stop laughing at it.
Oh, I think it was really funny.
That was the most Googled name the day after Drag Race UK. I mean, Drag Race Down Under.
Oh, wow.
Oh shit.
I made that up.
Kels, I swear to God, you could sell ice to an Eskimo all the time. Like I swear. You could convince me of anything.
I can't. I mean, and I didn't understand the outfit either, but I was like, why is she dressed like she's going to the county fair? But I still thought she did amazing. I was for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be I thought they would like have a top two and have it between her and Anita. But I think since it was such a touchy subject, they were just like, you're a good kid, but we can't tell you that.
I agree. Nope, that's spot on. So my conspiracy, that's what happened.
But Kels, it's like you said, like in America, we didn't know that. And like etc. almost played it knowing that that's the only part of the joke that's the only part of this person's story that America knows. Is that one dingo ate my baby line because of all these other shows in America making
fun of it.
Comments on it. Yeah.
I've said it before. I didn't know what it meant.
I never knew what it meant.
I don't know. It means you take your 2-month-old on a camping trip in the Australian wilderness. What?
My favorite thing is you just like staring straight forward as you say it, like no emotion, no nothing.
I researched it too. I'm like, you took a 2-month-old camping? Just period?
That's true. Why? Okay. Why do you take a 2-month-old? Anyway, we're not going to discuss this woman's choices.
That's 8 weeks. I can't even take a kitten home from the shelter unless it's over 8 weeks old.
That's actually a valid point.
Okay. I laughed, so there it is.
Yeah.
I'm not laughing. I didn't make sound, so that doesn't count as a laugh.
I don't know. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know if it is on or off topic, but
No,
have
that was
opinions.
too far. I'm not laughing.
Absolutely not. It's not funny.
Somebody left, so I'm assuming someone else wasn't laughing either. We lost the
Stop.
viewer.
Stop. Elise.
Anyway, next person. Who was next?
Who's next to etc.
I thought the baby was 2 months.
Literally, I took my brain. I forgot.
Stop.
I'm looking it up because now I'm like, wait, we can't go in this order and not.
I thought it was like a toddler.
Oh my God. You thought it was a toddler?
I'm like this. No, it's mean. Elise, this is your fault.
RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under. Show us the picture of the Snatch Game.
Next.
Oh, it was Magda.
Oh yeah.
Duh.
No, who is that?
I don't know.
I don't know who it is.
Look it up. We bad.
I know that they were a character. The character they were portraying was someone on Kath and Kim, and I know the Magda actress is in Babe, the Pig movie.
Yes.
As the old lady who lives in the house.
Correct.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know.
But that's my Magda knowledge.
I thought it was a character on the stage.
Mm-hmm. I can't really I can't really talk to it because they said it was, but the critiques made it feel like she deserved to be higher.
Yeah.
And that's what I didn't understand.
I love Maxie Shield though. That's a good drag queen. That's a I like my girl BBW Robin. So
I know, but I don't like her drag. I thought her runway was so bad.
But I like it like that. I like it kind of gross and dirty.
I wouldn't say it was gross or dirty. It just was like
I liked it. I like a Maxie. I like a Shield. Those two words together.
I support your fantasy. It's not my fantasy, but I support your fantasy if that's what you want to believe. I didn't like the pearl dress. I thought it was so
basic.
It wasn't I thought maybe if there was more to it, I wish her head was a pearl.
Okay.
Like if she made her head like a pearl, the wig was not right with the dress for me. It just it didn't flow.
Yeah. It was at least a clam on the head.
A clam. There we go.
This nice little clam headpiece to tie it all together, bring it into under the sea moment,
That would be very cute. Very cute.
But no, I thought she did good at Snatch Game. I thought she deserved better from what they were giving her a lot of compliments. They just said you were a little too rigid, and I'm like, okay, that's fine.
She was too spot on.
Yeah,
that's my girl. I love her.
But yeah, I like her a lot.
It's a good queen.
Mm-hmm.
And then last but not least, somebody who I had no idea who they were until they said Kevin. And then I said, wait a minute. What the?
Electroshock as Catherine O'Hara.
Oh, yes.
I did not like it. I don't know how everyone else felt.
Oh, you didn't like it? Oh, I loved it.
Wait, really?
I loved it. I did not say it was good.
Oh.
I loved it.
So you liked it in the this is so bad and cringy that
I laughed and I enjoyed myself watching it. And that is how I guess I judge things more. Was it objectively funny? Absolutely not. Did I laugh? Yes. So
did you? Okay, but did you laugh with her?
Doesn't matter.
But I think it does. I think the challenge is to laugh with.
Well, if she was laughing, then yes. And if she was not laughing, then no. I don't know. Was she laughing? I was laughing.
I was laughing.
Yeah.
I was laughing.
I think the thing that made me the most upset about it, because I laughed at it for being bad as well, was the voice was just so not correct. The voice was just so weird. What? And then if you're gonna be Moira Rose, why then you make a Home Alone reference? I'm like,
she did. That was when I figured it out.
Oh yes, there she go. Yeah.
She goes.
Personally, would have put it in the bottom.
I mean, I still think it was funnier than Dolly and what is her name? Barney? Bimini? Bindi.
Bindi. Bindi Irwin.
Bindi Irwin. Oh, I love that.
So who won the Snatch Game? Hands down.
Anita. Hands down, Anita. Yeah.
Who was the worst?
Ooh.
Hands down the worst. Dolly Parton.
Yeah, I think Dolly
For me, Dolly was like bottom boots down, get out, scrape the barrel.
I don't know. Lizzo was kind of bad, and I love Coco.
It was
but I think Lizzo was.
Oh, you hated the Dr. Seuss.
And I felt bad for Lizzo. But I hated the Dr. Seuss. I thought if you do a boy character, you almost have to win the Snatch Game.
Mm-hmm.
I also think this idea of like, I'm going to be a male character for Snatch Game and I'm going to do such a big risk is like, okay, it's not really a risk anymore. We've seen everyone.
That's why.
Yeah. Like you and people have done it better. If you're going to do a male character, you have to do it just as well, if not better.
Or you better Bob Ross your way to the runway for your drag for your.
You better wiggle to the top. Wiggle to the top.
Woo!
Who was your favorite runway look?
Ooh, yes. Do we just want to like talk through the runways real quick?
Yeah.
Like really quick, just so I can remember whatever one more and B.
First,
yeah, I don't know how to screen share, otherwise I would. But the first Art Simone wore that green.
Oh yes,
with the webbed hands.
This was gorgeous. I thought
gorgeous.
This was stunning with the spiky teeth. She had the hands. It was fully rhinestoned. Like
it was very well done.
Yeah,
she knew what she was doing. She knew. And the thing is, Art Simone came prepared to do really well. In theory,
here we are.
Here we are.
I almost feel like sometimes I wish that they would say, you get X amount of points for your runway, X amount of points for your drag, for your performance, and then we'll put them together. Because if you're high, like, so I don't know if it's 2 points. So she would have got her 2 points for her runway and maybe 0 for her. She might have still been the bottom.
Okay.
But I don't know. It was so good. And then I can't believe what's about to happen. I can't.
Yeah.
I really do feel like
it was just so good.
Yeah, I really do feel like they pick and choose when the runway matters and when it doesn't. It's so random.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. When does it matter?
It feels that way. It felt that way on Thailand too, where the challenges didn't. It was the opposite. The challenges didn't matter, but the runway was what they cared about.
Yeah, same with Holland. I thought the same thing.
And I'm kind of like, okay, can we decide how much? Like you're saying, Kels, there should be like some sort of report card, like some sort of like, here's a percentage you get on this. Here's a percentage you get on this. On Canada, if you watch them judge, they have cards that they hand to Brooklyn after the lip sync. And I don't know if that's just for the lip sync, but I would assume that's probably for scoring and judging as well.
I would be okay with that.
Yeah.
Something that makes it feel less randomized. It's like, okay, we decide on this week it's all about the runway and the Snatch Game doesn't matter. And then other times it's like the Snatch Game, the performance is everything, and you can wear a paper bag, literally paper bags all over your body. You can
and be fine. After Art was Kira in that white flowy octopusy looking thing.
Yeah. I liked it. I don't really have any like big negatives. I didn't think it was like the best thing, even in the top 3 best things, but it was cute. It was good.
I agree. I liked the color and I liked the way it moved. I didn't like the shape because I thought that the shape was like, it was supposed to be tentacles, or it just didn't move correctly. It looked, no, it wasn't flattering.
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be, but it just, for what I thought it was trying to give, it wasn't giving me that.
The color and the fabric choice gave me very like ethereal vibes, whereas like the shape of it gave me octopus, and like, but it didn't. The fabric wasn't working with the shape.
No.
It was my favorite makeup that she's done so far.
Yes,
I did think her beat was really pretty.
Yes, I would say her Snatch Game and her Runway for me might have been like a miss, but it wasn't like it wasn't bad. It wasn't everything.
Right. Right.
And then after Kita was Etc. in the diver outfit, I think. Right? Yeah. I liked the diver.
Yeah. I knew she was not going to win once she walked out in that, though. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, it's cute, but it's not like she has no more chances.
Yes.
I will say it was probably the most other than Karen's runway look, I think it was the one that like thought a little more less like I'm gonna just look like a pretty sea witch. It gave actually a different sort of story, and that's what I think I really liked about it. Again, I also just think I'm quickly becoming a really big fan of her.
Yes. Yeah. Enjoyable.
Yes.
And I'm like, who is next?
I'm trying. I'm in my head. I'm like going through it because I just watched it before we did this, and then I smoked pot. So who knows?
Oh, there we are. What did you think of Anita's?
Was it?
Oh yeah, go to that. Again, pretty. It's like a pretty
sea witch.
Pretty sea witch. Like, but even then, I barely get sea witch. I get like windswept. In the hair, and then a pretty dress with a skinny waist.
Yeah, I think as long as she did like a serviceable runway, she was gonna win. Like she just had to like not totally miss the mark, and she was gonna be fine.
Correct. Yeah.
100%. I think it could have pushed it a little more. Like if you're gonna say that you're a siren, like I want to see you be like, I want something that says like you're a siren.
Yeah.
Okay. Incorporate some sound. Into your runway or something.
Or do like have some fun headpiece and then take it off, and it's one of those little like siren like red lights.
I would
so, like
love
you're
that.
A siren, but you're also like a siren.
Oh, okay. Double entendre.
It would be very stupid, very like woo woo woo. Like it would be.
But again, it's like thinking outside of the box.
Yeah. Yes.
Electra Shock. She wore that seafoam green prom dress.
Y'all gonna stop making fun of my girl.
Electra Shock, Kels.
That's babe. That's my
Kels. That's seafoam green out. No, Kels.
I wore seafoam green to my senior homecoming, and I'm not gonna have you slander.
Okay, yeah, and she looked great in your homecoming dress, Kels. She looked lovely walking down the runway of RuPaul's Drag Race in a homecoming dress.
She really was, but I mean, I could have been on homecoming court, but I wasn't.
I didn't like it. I was like, this is just a pretty dress.
I think that's what a lot of people said. They didn't like it.
Yeah. It was, I'm shocked she's been doing drag for this long and still has that face.
8 years.
8 years.
Y'all, okay, wait a minute. Y'all, wait, hold on. This is not the place for this. Okay, that is my girl. I love everything about her. After she screamed the demon out, I fell in love.
No, I thoroughly enjoy her. Like I really like her, and she's a great lip syncer. So I'm excited to see what she's gonna bring.
She is a really good performer.
8 years in that eye makeup, girl.
She don't know what she's doing. But you wanna know what? She will. The reason she's one of those drag queens that because they perform all the time, they are here to perform, and I am for it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They stand the test of time because people really don't care what they look like because they know how to perform.
Yeah. Like, yeah, whose show would I pay money to see? Hers, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I will say, I hated the runway look.
Okay.
Was not a fan.
Yes. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, yes.
Never mind.
Maxi Shield. Wait, what were you gonna say, Elise?
I was gonna say, you know what? At least, like, no matter how like terrible the idea is that she has, it's always fully stoned. It all like so like there was work that went into it. That's what I like. Like there was so much work, but like for that, like you could have like done for the same amount of work. You could have just, I don't know, had a better.
It was good trash.
moment. Yeah, good trash. You know what? Yes.
It was
like
trash
that.
with a rhinestone.
It was sparkly garbage.
Trash with an accent over the A.
I'm garbage too. Don't like
Trash.
Trash.
Yeah, right there.
Wait, I think that's my new drag aesthetic. Trash. Fancy trash. I like that.
Yeah. It'll be in your Instagram bio tomorrow. Not even
Yay!
at the end of this podcast. Maxie Shields' pearl look, I think, was next.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of already destroyed that. Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't like it. It was ugly.
It was, it kind of looked like a doily up top and then just like plastic.
Yeah, it could have honestly just been the wig for me. Like if it was a different wig, maybe I could have looked at everything else differently, but it was just a weird, like, Party City, like, frizzy little.
So when
moment.
I started drag, somebody saw a picture of me and they commented on it, burn that wig. And I remember being like, that is so mean. But now I see other people and I'm like, I get why someone told me to burn that wig.
Wig?
I get it now because
like
I'm feeling that energy when I look at that wig.
Yeah, it's like, it's not a read. I'm just trying to help.
Just trying to help you.
You don't
you're
even
going to stay
access to it.
warm. Like, you're going to
needs to be
stay
gone.
warm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I didn't like it. And then Scarlett Adams with the coral reef, was that the one after?
Beautiful.
That was gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
With the one hair going across her face with the stones, I was like, stunning.
Yeah.
I want to wear that to bed.
You want to sleep in it?
I'm like, yeah, it sounds like you want to stay awake all night.
Yeah.
that seems very uncomfortable.
That thing is probably super stiff. You're probably like.
No, but I think that was honestly my favorite. Is that a leotard or what is it? What's the name?
It's a
bodysuit, maybe leotard.
Like,
yeah.
That's my favorite one. That one and Olivia Lux's sparkly one. Those are my two favorite of all time. I love a bodysuit, but those were the two best.
I really liked it. I liked the shoe details and
so good.
It just like it felt so cohesive.
Yes, everything was thought out.
Yeah. Elise, did you not like it? You're being very quiet.
No, I loved it. I literally had no notes, so like that's it was great. It was really gorgeous.
I feel like we're forgetting someone.
Yeah, I feel like Coco Jumbo.
Oh, Coco and Karen. Those are the two.
Oh, and Karen, yes, her.
So
all people.
Coco is my. Okay, here's the thing. I'm honest. I think Coco, in the face and in her personality, is one of my favorite drag queens to ever be on the show. I think she is so entertaining. I think her runway was not a C look.
Yeah, it was a Ursula reference, and I got it was supposed to be like an Ursula reference, but it just wasn't like anything else.
I think it was supposed to be an oil slick on top of the water.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
It was an oil slick. You have to.
Is this one of those times where you're selling me something that isn't real? Is this one of those times? Okay, good. I'm glad I'm figuring this out. I love her so much. She's just so beautiful, but it wasn't the ocean. It wasn't the sea.
Yeah. I loved the hair though. The hair was
gorgeous.
The hair was gorgeous. That wig.
And she's just stunning.
It looked like wigs by Kind.
Oh.
I love Kind.
My gosh. It did. Okay, I will say dresses like that always remind me of the car wash.
Why?
Because of that, like the black like things that like sweep your car at the car wash, like when they're washing it. It just every time I see a dress that is strips down like that, I'm like, you look like I'm gonna go to the car wash. Like
wash my bumper, baby.
Literally.
Yeah. I know. Is there and then Corinne from finance. She was a shark.
I liked it. I thought it was creative.
It was fun.
I think her makeup was very well done for the runway. I think it was very like good for her. I liked the runway look. I just like.
Yeah, I liked it. I've just seen it before.
It looked okay. So do you know this company, Coquetry Clothing?
Literally, I know the exact. My friend has that leotard.
Yes, it looks just like there's. Hold on.
That, but she made it into a sequin pantsuit. Like it's this, like it's a design. Like it's literally. My friend has it.
So y'all know somebody. So that's not that original.
No, it's so there's this company called Coquetry Clothing who makes like club wear, like rave clothes.
Ooh, it's really.
And they have a dress that has a shark mouth with a giant fin at the top that has teeth and everything like that. And it's the sparkly, like, and it's usually like a short dress, but it looks like someone took their like bell bottom pattern and rebuilt this like shark outfit. So it just like gave me very like, if I had not known that dress existed, I'd probably be way more into that outfit. But
maybe that was it.
Like knowing that, like I'm kind of just like, oh, okay, this looks like a coquetry outfit. Like, it looks like something that you went on the internet and bought.
Yeah,
which is fine. I mean, I love doing that. I have a lot of coquetry in the closet. I think it's great, but I wouldn't wear it on Drag Race.
It looked like the thing they put the baby in when they get out the tub, and they want the baby to be a duck, so they put a little, or they want the baby to be a little bear, so they put the little hood on.
The swaddle blanket.
Oh yeah, there's a big full sequin swaddle.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was pants until she was standing to get critiqued though. Like I thought it was a dress at first, and then when I saw it was pants, I kind of was like, "You just wanted to be comfortable, did you?"
Sure did.
Yeah, like you know, she got one pair of tights on under that.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it, right? Those are all the looks.
That's all.
That was the runways, yeah,
folks.
Okay, so then we get into the. Okay, so do we agree? So the winner was Anita. We agree with the winner.
Fine.
Yes,
okay, that's done. That's
bottom two is Art Simone and Coco Jumbo. Do we agree?
No.
Yeah, no.
Kels, who's your bottom two?
Now that I know about the baby onesie, I'm definitely gonna put Karen in the bottom because of Dolly Parton. No. And I would say Coco Jumbo could stay in the bottom.
Yes, I would agree.
She just didn't have enough this week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think the same thing. Yeah, I would have put Karen. I would have swapped out Karen for Art because I thought Art's, even if I hadn't seen the little shark thing already, like Art Simone's runway was 10 times better. Period. Like it was gorgeous.
Yeah, I agree. I think Coco deserved to be in the bottom. I think Art, based on the runway in combination with like that the Bindi wasn't like horrible.
Yeah.
I think should have been at least a low safe. I think Karen should have been in the bottom. I do think Coco still wins the lip sync, I think, regardless against either of them, to be quite honest. Coco knew every single word of that song, and you could see it on her face.
She was confident.
Yeah.
And it was kind of in her style though, too.
Yeah.
And I felt like, I understand, like, I think they tested Art Simone. I think that was a test.
Yeah.
And she failed.
She did not pass. Yeah.
But then remember when Reese said, is she trying to coast through this competition? I hated that moment because I was like, I know what you're saying. Like, I know what that means. That means y'all want to test her. And I don't know if you test her against Coco Jumbo, you know?
Yeah.
No, because I do think Coco is going to be the lip syncer, like one of the like better lip syncers of the season.
I agree.
And I think anyone who goes in the bottom against Coco might have a hard time sticking around. You brought up Reese, and I have a question. Do you feel like the judging panel has no chemistry?
I think I love Reese. He is making me laugh.
Yeah.
So he's the one funny person in Australia right now. And I live for him.
Yeah.
But I think you might be right. You might be right. I think that they're missing one person. And I know why they're only doing 3 because pandemic.
Yeah.
But I think they need one more. I think we are all kind of used to at least 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and not RuPaul and RuPaul.
It does. Okay. But when I was watching the like after they get critiqued discussion between the judges, RuPaul and Michelle are talking to each other very much so. And like RuPaul, when Reese talks, just looks forward. There's no like
have to
looking
look
in
now.
Reese's direction. They don't really banter with Reese. They're very much like, it's Rue and Michelle, and you make a funny comment sometimes. Whereas I think on the US show, the Carson, Ross, RuPaul, Michelle dynamic, they all feed off each other. This feels to me like they're kind of just like, well, you're hired to be here. Like you're here.
And if you're feeling that, I'm sure other people are too.
I wonder.
Sure. But I remember the first season that Carson was on with Michelle, and they were doing one of the episodes where they do like the fall and the spring. And Michelle couldn't look at him. Like, she didn't talk. She didn't do any of her jokes. She might have done like one. And that was the first. It was weird chemistry that week. It was the first time that Carson had came on as like the new fourth, in their throuple. So I think that takes time to kind of get that witty banter. I mean, look at us now. We're like madly in love now. Look at us.
That's very true.
That's
very true.
Okay. But I don't know. I think I love him though. You don't love him? Do you love
him?
No,
I know. I like Reese. I love Reese. I really like him too. Reese. I just worry for Reese as like, that child in the class who's like, oh, they're not hanging out with you as much as I want them to. Like, go play with them. Like,
Elise, do you hate Reese?
No, I love her. I've had a crush on Reese for like so long now because I saw his Netflix special like a couple years ago.
He has a Netflix special?
Yeah, he's actually really funny. Like when I saw he was on like I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, like in Australia. Oh. Like he's done enough stuff where I'm like, oh, okay, he's gonna be a fun, sassy like.
Oh, so you knew of him?
Yeah, so I like already knew of him.
You've had a crush for years.
Oh yes, I sure have.
Oh yeah,
he's so cute.
Reese, if you're listening, you know what to do.
Yeah, I think he has like a fiance or husband.
He might,
like
but I mean, you kind of.
I mean, hey, I could go to Australia. Why not?
What did someone say to me once? Just because there's a goalie in the net doesn't mean you can't score. That's what someone told me once. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was told to me once. I think that I was in college.
I mean, well, I'm not a psychic. I can't tell the future. Maybe something will happen.
So so conspiracy theory time.
Let's go.
Yes.
Do we think Art Simone's actually gone?
I don't. I think she's coming back.
They always bring you back when you're like Joe Black came back. They're gonna bring her back around 5, or not 5, but like after like 5. So maybe 4 episodes more, they'll bring her back.
Yeah.
Or they'll bring her back sooner. I don't know. Yeah, she has to come. She has to come back.
I just have this feeling like I was listening to an interview Art did after, and I was just like, the way you're talking, it gives me like, there was an interview during season 7 that Trixie Mattel did where she like named dropped that she met John Waters on the set of Drag Race, but she had already been eliminated. And they didn't, and John Waters wasn't a guest judge by the time she was eliminated. So she had said something in the interview about, oh, John Waters is the best, blah, 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 blah. And then it was like, wait, hold on, girl. You
haven't met him.
You never met him. So she did an interview where she said something like, and the interviewer was like, well, what do you mean by that? And then she like changed her like demeanor a little bit. And I was like, okay, I'm starting to really fall into this trap of like, you are gone.
Did she sound like she was angry at Drag Race?
No, it's not. It didn't sound final. And the thing is, her interview at the end when she was like, this means nothing. I was like,
I loved it.
I loved it.
Well, because she's right. For her specifically, for pretty much everyone else on the season, just being there is winning. But for her specifically, who already had a career and is now going to have to give 40% of her income for 4 years to wow, she just got screwed being a second boot.
No,
like
she spent what, $25K?
Oh, she had to.
Oh, probably so, like
she
50.
spent all her Wow Presents Highway to Heal money.
Yeah.
To go on their fucking show, mama. Like, I loved that though. In the mirror message, you'd see her write like, "P.S. Watch Highway to Heal," and that's when I was like, "Oh, girl, she wanted that moment." Here's my Wow Presents Plus show. Enjoy. Like,
she's like, "I already won Drag Race UK. I got my own show."
Or she only brought 4 costumes. Knew she
Can you
was
imagine
going
the
home.
real gag is it was all planned because Art Simone has a gig, so Art Simone needed to go.
Wait, that would have been so epic. Like you negotiate, like I only want to be on 4 episodes, but I want to be on the first 2 and the last 2.
Yep.
So
Oh, that's so good.
I
that
would
be
gag.
free.
Okay.
Ooh,
so
'cause I do
I
have.
don't think it's the final.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. After you said that and you did some great detective work, I 1,000% agree.
Mm-hmm.
And she's coming back. Okay.
Cal,
Well,
you got any other theories? Do you have any thoughts? Any theories?
That was kind of the big one, is that I don't think that it's over. And like I said, my other part is just that the edit led me to believe that Anita Wiglet is in your top 3 for
Yeah.
sure. Well, now she won Snatch Game, so now everybody knows it. But the edit is letting me know that I should care about this character and to pay attention. So
Yeah, the edit is driving us to be Anita fans for sure.
Mm-hmm.
or she's going home next.
Or
But
yeah,
either enjoy this character because they're going home next week.
yeah.
I know, and I hate when that happens too. Well, that's why I thought Coco was gonna go home this week, because like they built us up to love her last week, and then she just didn't serve this week. I'm like, oh no, she's gonna be that girl that I loved, but then went home early, and then she did it. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, I'm really curious as to where, like, what's going to happen in the next episode, because next episode they're girl groups, right?
Ooh, this will be. Are they writing verses, or is it just?
I think they're writing verses. Oh, by the way, the lip sync song being "I'm That Bitch," the RuPaul version.
I kept waiting for my girls to sing.
I know.
I was like, this is not it.
Like, where's Widow?
What? Like,
Girl.
what? I didn't realize there was a real "I'm That Bitch" song.
I didn't either, but she knew it. She knew it. Coco
Yeah, she
knew
knew
it.
it.
All the words.
But yeah, no, I think they're writing verses. They're like in groups of 3 and writing verses.
I love that. That's always my favorite
Yeah.
challenge is the verse writing.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think's going to be good at it?
Ooh,
I love
I
that
think
question.
Coco, maybe.
That's what I'm thinking.
I would hope she would be. She seems like she's a good performer, and that usually can translate into at least doing like a fun little drag rap. I would like to think.
You know who's
Right.
creative is etc.
Yeah.
So
I'm kind of worried for her. I don't know. It depends how it depends on the song. I think like if it's
Okay.
more of a like a you need to like dance perform, or if it's or are you funny, or like it just depends on what route she takes. But maybe she can sing. Who knows? I don't know.
I think
don't
she
know.
could. I think she's another one who could come up with a fun little like
Yeah.
like kind of like a Utica rap, where it's like it's
Yeah.
not the worst thing, it's not the best, but like it's catchy and it gets the job. It's serviceable, as you say. It's serviceable.
yes, I'm for it.
Who?
What would you have worn on the runway
Ooh, for this.
for this one?
For
I
the
should
scene.
have asked earlier so we could have thought about
What was the category called specifically? It was like C
get wet.
something.
Wet yourself.
Wet
No, it
yourself.
was like sea sickening.
Oh, sea sickening. That's what it was.
That's more accurate.
I would have been a seasick person on a boat, mama.
I was about to say that. I
Yeah.
would have done a full like sailor, like a sexy sailor.
With like a
look.
green face, like you are
Green.
vomiting
And
over
have
the
a bucket,
boat.
like a fully rhinestone bucket.
Yeah.
You walk out and you throw up in it.
You would have won. You would have won.
You take like the little pill or something for motion sickness.
Yep.
And then you take some poppers just for fun.
Yep. And then
Yeah.
you do the poppers just for fun, and then you eat it because you're on Dragula.
Yes.
We should talk about
Yeah.
that.
Actually, but I would have done that, or I just want to come out as a giant sparkly crab. Like I just want to be like I don't want it to be a dress. I don't want it to be fashion. I want to be a crab.
Glitter crab.
You know that picture of Patrick Starr in the thigh-high boots and the fishnets and the corset? If it wasn't trademarked, I would fully try to walk out as Patrick Starr. That
That
look.
would be amazing.
That's good too.
That would be amazing.
That's good too.
Kels, what would you do?
I would probably borrow Candy Muse's 40-foot train, and I would come out as the sea.
Okay.
I would be the sea. You know.
Okay.
Mhm.
I support that. I support that.
Maybe some like barnacles in the outfit. I would be doing movement, you know. Yes.
Fish hanging off your arms, like
hanging,
very like
hanging.
fish
They're
fringe.
hanging.
Yeah,
That shirt was actually inspired by that.
I love that.
I will say if this was like a ball, like and there was multiple looks, I would have wanted to come out as a guy from Tinder holding a fish.
Ooh.
And just like have like the box kind of like
hilarious.
the something wrong like stamp thing, but like as a Tinder profile and just be a guy with the
I
fish.
love it. I love you would have won. You would have got points for me.
A hat that's actually a wig, like made out of hair, like a baseball cap.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
That'd be fun.
That would be good. I really don't know. So I definitely think Anita's gonna be in the top. Now you have me thinking about like who I think is gonna go far.
Yes. I need to know.
I feel like they're setting Anita up to go far. I do feel like the saving of Karen from finance from the bottom this episode is telling me that they're gonna keep her around for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that. I don't think raise your hand if you want that. I know that's fucking loud.
No hands up.
No one wants that. And sorry in the audience if you do want that, but we don't stand Karen for finance in this podcast. So check it. But I do think she's gonna be there the whole time, which is very annoying. But I don't want it. I want to be clear that I do not want it. But I think it will happen.
But that was a bracket buster when Art went home. That bust my bracket.
Yes. I fully, here's the thing. If Art doesn't come back, it will be a full gag for me because Art Simone is the person who should, in my opinion, have hosted Drag Race Down Under. Why? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm still so baffled. They had Art Simone not be involved in judging or like being someone who like goes into the workroom like a Tim Gunn and have RuPaul just fucking sit there. Like, or better yet, don't have RuPaul at all. Like, maybe just have it be Art Simone's Drag Race Down Under. Like,
shocked.
Like, I really anticipated Art to go all the way.
Yeah, I think she still could. Like, I can still see her winning if she comes back with, if there's not.
Here's the thing. If Art comes back, Art would be the first person to win if Art did win as a returning person.
Yeah.
Yes.
No one who's like left the competition come back has ever gone, I'm pretty sure, all the way.
Have they ever even gone more than like 2 episodes?
No, I don't think they've like lasted longer than 1 or 2 episodes after.
No.
Mm-hmm.
And like Vanjie and Eureka both come back the next season, but they don't
make it far.
They don't make it to the top. Mm-hmm. So
yeah.
I do think Kita Mean's going to be a lovely 5th place.
But yeah, I think Kita makes it like far into it. So that means who's like the next few to go?
Coco's gonna go soon.
I think, unfortunately, Coco. I think etc. might be in the next couple. Like, I think it's just gonna take her 1 lip sync and she's out. Maybe like she's gonna be one of those girls.
It's gonna break me, but it will happen. I know.
Only because they haven't like. I've thought she should have done a lot better than she should have been more featured these past 2 weeks. I think she did pretty well, but the fact that she hasn't is like, okay, they're probably just gonna get rid of her.
They're gonna slowly like phase her out.
Yeah.
I think Maxi could go soon.
Ooh, yeah.
Not that she's a bad drag queen. It's just that I feel like Drag Race is a competition that you have to know how to play that game.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if she's gonna have the chops.
Drag Race, in my opinion, is just an org of Top Model.
Yeah.
And so you have to know how to play the goddamn game if you're going to go into it. Maxi at a club, I'm sure, is really great on the microphone, hosts really well. That is a queen that you could go see any night of the week and you know what you're going to watch.
Yes, and enjoy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I do not think that translates to Drag Race like people think it does.
Oh, it sure doesn't at all, yeah.
No.
I mean, a little bit.
So I do see her not lasting too long, but I do see her being someone that people like.
I can see that.
And like being a fan fave.
Yeah. I'm for it.
Who do you think is gonna be the girl that creates drama and that's why she makes it so far? Like who is gonna be the like producer, like reality TV? Like
so etc. and Karen have had a couple of moments where they've been off to the side together, and they like in the first episode they had like a little moment where they were aside talking about all the other people, and then this time they were off to the side, and etc. was being like, oh, I think Elektra's going to be in the bottom for that dress alone.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
So I do think etc. and Karen are kind of like, they're showing these like shady snippets,
Yeah, they're the shady ladies.
And you know, Drag Race does not show you a snippet if it does not become a story. Everything is used in Drag Race editing.
Yes.
And
yep, everything's on purpose.
Yeah, everything is purposeful. They would not direct us to that little exchange
unless
it's going to do something later.
Right.
So I could see like an etc. Karen lip sync.
Yeah.
I could see etc. being called out for being shady. I could see the both of them getting called out for being shady, and Karen throwing etc. under the bus. Like,
ooh, write the show, write the story.
Like, I could see a lot of things happening here.
Yeah, and I can see Elektra going pretty far. I think she has what it takes to survive at least one, if not two more lip syncs.
Yep.
So for that alone, she gets like 2-3 more episodes.
Yeah,
but I also don't think she's good at the performance challenges too. Like, and she's at least not bad at them.
Yep.
So like I think
also I have to remind myself of this a lot when I watch Drag Race, is like, they're never critiqued on their makeup. They used to be. I feel like they used to give like makeup comments to the contestants.
Yeah.
And lately they don't. And I feel like on American Drag Race, Elektra would have been red for her makeup at this point. I feel like they would have said something to her to be like, she might want to try this. Or like with Candy, was it Candy Ho who they were like, you have a beard? Michelle was like,
yeah, you painted on a beard. Yeah.
Like, they used to comment on things like that. Like Aja's makeup is dark in the eyes. Like Michelle commented on that. So it's like,
and even Bianca and things like that. So back in the earlier days.
Yeah, in the earlier seasons, they would comment about the makeup, and now it's like kind of like a forgotten thing. And it's like, I feel like they could really help Elektra if they
said something.
Yeah.
Like, hey, just between us, fix your fucking face.
Honestly, I think just take off the bottom lash and just do a little bit higher of a crease. I think that's really.
Do you at least wear a bottom lash?
I used to, and then every time I look back at it, I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking?
I did the same thing when I first started drag. I was like, I need top and bottom lashes. No. And then I look back on the pictures and I'm like, what the fuck was I doing?
I'm like, what kind of spider is coming out of my eye right now?
Kind of thing? And it's because it's always a 301 on top and a 301 on bottom because you think you're that bitch, and then it's flapping in the wind.
Not learn my lesson quick on that.
Yeah, no.
I even tried to do the little, like, the one, like the little sugar.
Oh, the porcelain, porcelain sugar pill lash.
The one,
all the pearls wore on the bottom for a little while. I tried that, and my face too fat for that.
Tried out that trend, yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, if she just ditched the bottom lashes and she angled things up, because it's very much like a trapezoid going down. Like, there's no like eye shape.
Yeah. Literally, the crease just a little up, and like, bring the liner up this way a little. It's really like easy fix, and honestly, she probably has already fixed it because she's seen herself on TV now. So
watch yourself on television like that. Like, once you watch a video of you in some sort of capacity that's higher quality than you're used to, you go, huh.
Oh. Yeah, because even iPhones now, like if you're just recording a drag queen on stage, even with a decent camera, if it's not like a really high def one, you're moving, you can't really see that much. So you're like, oh no, I look good.
Yep.
No, I look great. Yeah, I look fine.
Yeah, now everyone got the portrait mode on when they're trying to take a meet and greet photo with you, and it's like, I don't want this. No. I don't. You just saw me sweat everything off. I do not want this picture.
Like, you're putting that pretty Snapchat filter on, and we're taking a photo.
Can I Facetune that before you put it on your Instagram? Thank you. Yeah. Kels, do you agree? Like, who do you who's your top 4?
It was Art, Maxi, Elektra, and somebody who I don't remember, so they're out.
Yep.
They're out. No, Scarlett.
Oh, yeah. Scarlett, I find that I kind of forget Scarlett's there sometimes.
I know. Like, I can see that.
But I do think Scarlett's going to be like a sleeper hit. Like, Scarlett's going to like halfway through all of a sudden like do a bunch of really like cool shit.
I can't wait to see who can make stuff. That's always fun for me. Like, which one of these girls is going to be able to.
Well, so far we've had the first challenge was that like movie acting challenge, and then the 2 looks. Then we had the Snatch Game, and now we're gonna have a girl group challenge. I do wonder when we're gonna get something that's like, make this.
Probably, yeah. After this next episode, or maybe in a couple. Because I'm trying to think of like what blueprint. We're like, this is more like a Drag Race UK blueprint than like an American Drag Race. And I think they had theirs at like the top 5 or something.
That's true.
They made stuff twice. They made because what's name was terrible, and the Brillo pad dress, and then they made
yes, Baga survived somehow.
No, the other Brillo
no
pad
Taste had the Brillo pad dress during UK too.
Oh yes, she sure did.
Yeah, so I don't know, I think that they made 2 times, because remember what's name made her, and everybody was like, oh, Hora, it's amazing.
Oh, the blue with the
yep, I do remember. Okay, yeah, so maybe we'll get it sooner and later.
Who do you think's going to be good at making things?
I think etc., because I feel like she's such a regional style queen.
Yeah.
That you have to know how to like make stuff and show. But then I'm saying that, and then I'm thinking about some of the other queens that have been like regional, and they've been like, you're terrible at everything.
Yeah, you're bad.
Yeah. I feel like Karen can sew. I don't know if that's true or not, but I don't know. She just seems like a queen. She reminds me of a lot of queens that do sew well.
Yeah.
She looked like she could sew.
I feel like Maxi can make their own drag. I feel like they've said that.
But also, I feel like if you got curves, you have to know how to make your own drag a little bit, because you got to always be letting something out.
Yep.
You know, as a curvy gal myself, you got to learn how to.
Oh, there's always some seam that's gonna bust, and you gotta fix it.
Yes.
Yeah, I do feel like Maxi will be someone who can make drag.
At least then say your top 3.
Oh,
my top
or any top any.
I think at this point it's probably gonna be Anita. I still think Art's gonna come back and be up there. And I don't know. I don't want Karen to be there, but she might. I think Scarlett could also maybe get that 4th place slot, like the fashion queen. No real personality, but like she's really pretty, so she makes it far.
Don't talk about Aquaria.
She is Aquaria. Thank you, Kels. Literally, she walked in that first episode, and I was like, "That's Aquaria."
That's Aquaria.
And I hate doing that. I hate when people are like, "This person looks like this person," but you can't. She had star earrings in that looked like Aquaria's logo.
Yeah.
And she had that belt top.
I mean, we can tell that's who she learned to like do makeup from.
Yeah.
Yes.
She watched the One Too Many Aquaria YouTube tutorial.
There we go.
Well, no, she started with the Miss Cracker tutorial, then went to the Aquaria tutorial, and then here she is.
You know whose makeup tutorials I do miss is Miss Fame's. When I first started drag, I remember Miss Fame was doing makeup tutorials at that point, and I would like watch them, not learn anything, as you can all see, but
I want to marry Miss Fame. I want to marry a lot of drag queens.
Because I see that. I see you being the one who's like, I want to marry a drag queen.
I do.
Absolutely.
I want to marry Brooklyn.
Oh, me too. Oh my God, Brooklyn.
Okay, so Brooklyn Heights and Reese, if you're watching, you know.
I have a list. April Cajon, if you're watching.
We should do our list next week.
Oh, we should do like
everyone, get our drag husband list.
Yeah,
get our stuff ready.
I gotta narrow it down to 10. I'm gonna narrow it down to 10. My 10.
Yeah. Let's do a top 10.
So we're gonna do 10.
10 people we're officially shooting our shot with.
Yes.
Okay.
On the podcast.
Okay. I support this. Are we going like all franchises?
All franchises.
Okay. I think so. Why not?
All franchises.
Oh, that's gonna be hard to make a top 10, but you know what? I like a challenge.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Oh. And you can have a few honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Counts as like
just the entire cast of Holland.
10, top 10.
You have a few honorable mentions. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Are you ready?
Yeah, I feel ready. How do you feel?
Next week, anything that we should be that we need to bring with us other than our lists?
Your thoughts and feelings about the next episode of Drag Race Down Under.
I can do that.
Oh, do we each want to bring? As a girl, I have always thought about what my verse would be if I were to go on.
Well, thank
What song? Are we gonna do the song that they're doing?
Yeah,
Okay.
do you want, let's do a little verse to the song, write our own.
I'm gonna be sweating the entire week for her sing.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to like literally watch it on Saturday, listen to the song every day in the car, and then somehow pull it out of my butthole. But it will happen.
Use that as a lyric.
I would love that.
100%.
You know what I kind of hope they do? I wish they would go back and do like old RuPaul songs. Remember how they always did a music video, but they never recorded verses?
Yes.
So I wish they would go back to like, like the realness, to see that walk.
The jealous of my boogie video is still like the slapping of each one of them in season 2 still lives in my brain.
Yeah, I do miss that. I do miss filming the RuPaul music video sometimes.
Well, they're all stressed out about hairography. Glue the wig down.
Glue the wig.
Well, did you know it's coming back, don't you?
What?
I can't even do it now. I can't do it. Now you're looking too close. You're looking too
Mhm.
close. Oh, that's a lie.
Mhm. Tell me another lie, girls. Well, friends,
What's that? What?
I think this is it. We've discussed all we discussed.
Everything.
Make sure you're following Silent Podcasts on everything. Subscribe to the YouTube, follow the Twitch. You can follow me at Robin from HR on all platforms.
Yes, you can follow me at Elise Navy Dad on Instagram, on Venmo, on Cash App, and you can find me at Elise Navy _Dad on Twitter.
You can follow me at Meanwhile Kells on Twitter, and you can follow me at Meanwhile 12 Kells on Instagram, but I don't follow back.
She said, I don't do follow for follow, but I will do pick comment.
We love that.
All right, friends, thanks for joining us. I'm going to hit this big red button. Mwah, bye.
Bye.